we're going to be learning about the commutative and associative properties. Let's start with the commutative. The commutative property comes from the word commute, which means to move. So, numbers that follow the commutative property, it doesn't matter what order the numbers are in, your answer will always be the same. For example, the number 3 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 3. 3 plus 2 is 5, and 2 plus 3 is also 5. So addition follows the commutative property. It doesn't matter what order you put the numbers in, and your answer will always be the same. Multiplication also follows the commutative property. 3 times 2 is 6, and so is 2 times 3. Again, it doesn't matter what order you put the numbers in. You can flip them around all you want, and it will always be the same. It gets a little trickier once you get into division and subtraction. Division and subtraction do not follow the commutative property, which means that it does matter which order the numbers are in. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 2 minus 3 is -1. As you see, it is very important which numbers are in which order, because if you change the order, you will not get the same answer. The same applies for division. 3 divided by 2 is 1/2, and 2 divided by 3 is 2/3. Unfortunately, again, the commutative property does not apply, so you cannot flip the numbers around. Now let's talk about the associative property. In a math problem, when you see parentheses, it means that all the numbers that are inside the parentheses want to associate with each other, which means that you solve the equation inside the parentheses first. After that, you take that answer and work it into the rest of your problem. In some problems, it doesn't matter if you move around the parentheses. What numbers associate with each other don't matter. In some problems, it can totally change your answer. For example, in addition, 9 plus 3 in this problem want to associate with each other. As you can see, the answer turns out to be 14. In this problem, 3 and 2 want to associate with each other. Even though you work the problem slightly differently, the answer still ends up as 14. The same is true for multiplication. It doesn't matter where you put the parentheses, the answer will always end up the same. As you can see here, it is always 54. But the associative property does not apply to subtraction and division. Here, 9 minus 3 is completed first, and the answer ends up being 4. But here, when 3 minus 2 want to associate, the answer is 8. Those are different numbers, so it is very important where you put the parentheses. 9 divided by 3 divided by 2 ends up as 1/2, whereas on this side it ends up as 6. Again, they are different, so don't move around the parentheses.